Today, we look at the 2021 #1 recruiting class in the country. If you haven't yet, please share and subscribe to help grow the channel, and I hope you enjoy the video. Today's video is powered by SeatGeek. Get $20 off any tickets sold using promo code Wright on the SeatGeek app or website. Michigan has the #1 recruiting class in the country for 2021. They went out and got 4 players ranked number 51 or higher. But this isn't the time to rest on your laurels. This is the time to get better as a team, individually, combining the previous roster with the incoming talent. It's cool to talk about and be proud of, but at the end of the day, having the #1 recruiting class doesn't automatically translate into success. Work still has to be done. Vaunted #1 Duke class from 2018 was Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett. They finished 3rd in the conference with an Elite 8, and they had 3 top 5 players. Their 4th highest player was ranked number 15 in the country. In 2019, Memphis had the #1 recruiting class in the country and ended up 10-8, 6th in their conference. In 2020, Kentucky had the #1 recruiting class. They won 9 total games. It was their worst team since the 1926-1927 season. It was these dudes. I'm more interested in the dynamic of the team. Are they going to be talented? For sure. Talent is not the issue, but will their guys come together? Will big-time weaknesses be exposed? Which freshmen will be able to see early playing time and which freshmen may have to wait? Franky Collins comes to Michigan as the number 51 player overall and the number 10 point guard nationally. He brings playmaking and elite athleticism to the point guard spot. As a defender, he brings crazy energy with a great motor. He just does not stop, and he's not intimidated by anyone either. He'll bring depth to the point guard spot, and he adds another ball handler to the roster after losing starting point guard Mike Smith. He has to battle Eli Brooks, Zeb Jackson, and freshman counterpart Kobe Buffkin for playing time. Eli has proven his worth to Big Ten championship teams. Zeb needs a great offseason after playing sparingly his freshman year. There's talk of the staff targeting transfer guards, but as of now, I don't think any player will keep Franky off the court. I think what can keep him off the court is his biggest hurdle, and that's his shooting. What allowed Mike to blend seamlessly with the offense was his ability to play on or off the ball, and teams still had to respect him. And there was always spacing with him on the court. Will Franky be able to provide that spacing when he's off the ball? And as a ball handler, he's going to be needed at the end of the games to take care of the rock and make good decisions. But due to free throw shooting and spacing needed for Hunter Dickinson, it puts Juwan in a really tough spot. He's been working on his jumper relentlessly because he knows if it's ready to go, he'll get a chance to play in big moments right away. Kobe Buffkin comes in ranked the number 43 player overall and the number 4 combo guard nationally. Kobe's around 6'5", and as a player who can give you ball handling, size, length, and shooting, he'll be putting a lot of pressure for playing time on Zeb Jackson. I think Zeb is more explosive, but it comes down to who will be ready, who will outwork the other, and who will show that championship mindset to take over at the combo guard spot. Eli is a floating piece in the backcourt, so he can move to the point guard or the off guard spot and be totally fine. Zeb has the advantage coming into next season. He has one more year of college lifting, college speed, one more year in the system, a year of Big Ten and NCAA experience. He should have the advantage going into this spring, summer, and fall. They can possibly play together, but think about it this way. There are 80 minutes available at the guard spots. Eli will get 30 to 35 minutes, so there are 45 to 50 minutes available between Zeb Jackson, Kobe Buffkin, Franky Collins, and guys like Adrian Nunez and Brandon Wade are still fighting for playing time. And that's without Michigan getting a transfer in the backcourt. Guys like Isaiah Barnes can also steal minutes at the 2 spot if he plays so well that the coaches have to keep him in the game. Isaiah Barnes comes in ranked 104th overall and the number 23 small forward nationally. He's kind of someone that is under the radar for a lot of people, and the main thing is because he really just came on the national scene. Barnes is about 6'7", 190 now. He's very aggressive, uses his length and pretty athletic. He's also shown the ability to shoot the ball well and be a menace when he gets downhill off the dribble. Isaiah Barnes has the ability to play three positions effectively. He'll be pressuring and getting pressure from almost the entire roster. At the shooting guard spot, he'll be in competition with big guards Zeb Jackson and Kobe Buffkin. Those guys are much more of pure backcourt players, but Barnes is fully capable of being a threat at the two-guard spot on both ends. His main competition for time is going to be Terrence Williams and top 10 prospect Caleb Houston. Terrence Williams played sparingly as a freshman, but he played in big moments when Michigan was in a bind. Juwan trusted him. Caleb Houston is very talented, not as explosive as Barnes, but might be the best shooter with Eli Brooks in the rotation next season. He could push for minutes at the 4 spot too, and he could do that with his shooting ability and mobility. But there will be Musa Jallow, Brandon Johns, Terrence Williams, Will Cheddar, and Caleb Houston. This is probably the deepest position on the roster at the 4 spot, but Isaiah's skill set and size will allow him to be plugged in most spots. Along with Houston, he's probably one of the more versatile guys on the roster. Caleb Houston comes in ranked the number 8 player overall and the number 3 power forward nationally. He is the highest ranked Michigan player in the last 20 years. He's a highly skilled shooter and great defender. He's about 6'8" and should spend most of his time on the wing. Houston and Isaiah Barnes probably have the best opportunity next season due to Isaiah Livers leaving and Franz Wagner likely headed to the NBA draft. 2 lengthy wing perimeter guys just left the program, and those 2 spots need to be filled. I think there's a great chance Houston starts at the small forward position, but he'll still be battling Isaiah Barnes, Terrence Williams, maybe even Kobe Buffkin or Zeb Jackson for minutes at the 3 spot. At the power forward position, as you saw, it's pretty crowded and it's pretty loaded. Jallow, Johns, Terrence, Cheddar, Barnes, there are so many ways to go. As a pure shooter, defender with size, it will be hard to keep him off the floor. Will Cheddar comes in ranked the number 146 player overall and the number 26 power forward nationally. He's the second best recruit out of Minnesota, and he was very impressive his senior season. He has the ability to score the ball from the block, has underrated strength and athleticism, and a really good spot-up shooter. From deep, he's only behind Houston in terms of shooting prowess in the class. He's also listed as a power forward like Houston, but he's not as perimeter oriented. He's a legit 4-man, and he'll be combating for playing time with the deepest position. Williams, Johns, Houston, Jallow. Johns is a senior returning from starting on an Elite 8 team. Then Williams will be in his second year. Jallow and Houston are both very talented 5-star players coming in. To get playing time, he'll have to defend, shoot, and rebound at a very, very high level. He probably has the most resistance in playing right away compared to everyone else due to his situation. And it's because his position is by far the deepest with a combination of the most talent and experience coming back, which is tough because I think Cheddar is one of the guys who I think will be most ready to play right away. Musa Jallow comes in ranked the number 18 player overall and the number 6 power forward nationally. At 6'10" with a ridiculously long wingspan, Musa runs the court like a deer. Quick and active around the rim, can guard multiple positions. He's a bit raw, but the talent is crazy. His ability to finish at the rim on one end and block shots on the other. His jump shot is coming along. It's not broken. He has a decent form with maybe a slight hitch, but he's been able to knock down spot-up threes in rhythm. Musa will be able to play the forward and center positions. He'll be battling mainly with Brandon Johns for minutes at the 4 and backup minutes at the 5. Hunter Dickinson is returning as an All-American, and I can see him playing 26 to 28 minutes per game, so Musa will have 12 to 14 minutes available for backup center minutes and 5 to 8 minutes at the power forward spot. Musa can realistically get over 20 minutes because of his versatility. Here's the kicker though. I think his ability to shoot or Dickinson's ability to step out will dictate if Musa and Hunter can play extended minutes together. If neither are much of an outside threat, this will allow the defense to shrink the floor, clog the paint, and create zero space for them or the penetrating guards to operate. This is the number 1 class in the country, and they'll more than likely be ranked one of the top teams in the preseason. Talented group, but them being the number 1 class shouldn't be what they're known for when it's all said and done. The real work begins now, and after last year, Michigan is on everyone's radar, so they have an option. Continue to build on the program's success or relax and have a letdown. I think the staff will get them on the right page, but the team dynamic and the togetherness has to come from the players themselves. And this freshman group will have an impact on whether this team makes noise or not.
Dan Dockage can't guard me.